Hey folks, we are back. We are going to continue our efforts. We are working on the Spelljammer Combat and Exploration system. We're going to do some mapping today. Give me a hot second here while I check out my signal, make sure I'm coming through, and then I'll do my normal spiel and signal, make sure we'll get to work. All right, great. So normal spiel. Hey, if you follow me on Twitter, I just posted I'm live on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter so you know when I'm live on Twitter. I'm going to punch a bunch of buttons here real quick on the Discords and just say how much I... oh, shit. That's the wrong place to be, buddy. That is delete. Delete. Hold on. Let me get down to where I'm actually supposed to be. Nerf. Mesk. That's right. Misk. Hey, I make things for DM's Guild. I publish stuff there. There's actually a link down in the description down below. It shows you a stack of books that I've done. They're at 35% discount, but more importantly, you can check the preview on any one of them, like clicking the eye if you're on a mobile phone, or if you're on a desktop, just click full review, and you can read all of the books 100%. It's you should. I mean, it'll say sample on it because it's just your in-store copy, but hold on real quick. Right, so you can read my books 100%, cover to cover. Run a full campaign with them if you want. I just want people to use them, and if you like the work, then please consider purchasing them, or follow me on Patreon, or like and subscribe, and watch some hours of content here on YouTube as I build these kind of books and publish them. So that's what we do. That's where we go. Let's see. Where am I at? Right, there we go. There you go. We've been building this combat and exploration book for, well, since August, but we actually developed the core vehicle mechanics early in the year, like around March, and we've been playtesting them in Descent into Avernus using Infernal war machines with just the basic same mechanics that we have for Spelljammer. But once Spelljammer got announced and we got our hands on it and we saw how it played, then we knew that we'd be able to use those vehicle mechanics at a larger scale with vehicles. So this is a pretty crappy dungeon that I've designed, honestly. It's asteroid fields that ships can navigate through. Each square is a 500-foot square to accommodate a ship that would flow through it. I've talked about this session before. Actually, down in the link below, there's a link to episode 47 where I was building an asteroid field for the Oh Mama challenge in Light of Zaraxis in chapter 5, when you're trying to get Topola to help you find Doom space and Zaraxis space so that you can, so the movie can happen. So I initially built this dungeon, and we're in the process of colorizing it. I think what I'm going to end up doing, though, is once this thing is completed, here, let's drop some color in here for you guys to see where we're actually at in the project. As you can see, the basic shapes of these. Hold on. There's the basic asteroids that we have from the black and white version, and then we have the black background, so we color it over. That's a dark version so that the outlining can be smooth. That's a bright version so that the lighting that I put on the asteroids can shine through to the base color underneath. So this is my outline color, which is very dark and meant to blend a lot to the background. And then I've got this layer. See, if we go here and we click like this on the outline, you can see that the outline is extending beyond the edge of where I'm going to get rid of the map grid here real quick so you can see more easily. You can see that transfer of color, or that difference here, like with this color here to this background here. It's slightly smaller, so that when I have an outline of something that I drop in, like a color, like one of these lighting effects from one of these asteroids, I can do the work on this asteroid, and then I can outline it with this one here. See, it's really dark here, but I can drop this guy in underneath it to make it, stonier. But when I do the outline of this and I clip it, it'll clip to this larger shape underneath it, so that you don't see like a real brash outline. surrounding it. That would be like this color all ringing all the way around the piece. That it would look real brash, and it wouldn't make it. It'd make it pop in all the wrong ways. So we fixed that. What we're going to do today is basically just do a shitload of asteroids. So cheers to that. If you check if you watch the live stream that I have linked in the description down below, episode number 47. When we were working on the Omama map, I was talking about playtesting and running this exact dungeon map, and so we did, and it was fun as hell. That's right, I need to set a timer. Meow, meow, meow. And let's set my timer here. 20 minutes. So you keep track of where we're at in time and space. Here's the space, we're making time. So so we play tested it. The way that it's built is that there's different points on the map here where asteroids will shift. So if you try to go through these doorways from one corridor to the other, you have to make a piloting check, and if you fail the piloting check, then you take damage from colliding rocks hitting your ship on the way through. If you do a good piloting check, you take no damage. If you get hit, you also have to make a dexterity saving throw to prevent getting scuttled and throwing your crew around on board the ship and losing concentration in your helm, allowing the enemies to catch up. There's a choke point here, there's a choke point here, there's a choke point here, and here, and here, and a choke point here, and a choke point here, and a choke point here, and here, and here, and here. So there's a lot of choke points, and the DC increases. You start off here after you check this nautiloid wreckage, right? But while you're checking the wreckage, the asteroids shift about, and the way that you came into this place, which was easy over yonder, is now completely cut off. Now you have to find another way out of the asteroid field, while there is a Neogi night spider chasing after you, trying to ambush, disable, and commandeer your ship, enslave your crew, and then strip your ship for parts. So while you're trying to navigate your way through this field to try to find your way out from point A to either one of these points, depending on which path you go. This path is longer, but it has easier DCs to get through the passages. This way it's faster, but has a higher difficulty. So it's more likely that you're going to get stunned and that your ship is going to take damage, that your crew is going to get thrown around. So it's a choice you have to make, and you don't know which choice you're making while you're making it. But what I found is that this is too linear of a path, the way that I built this. So I need to swap some of these assets around so like I can get this curve effect going through here, so I can shunt people off either off this way. The curve, like if I'm going to build this thing right, and you're going to start here, what I should make you do is curve around like this, or go this way, and then both of them meet up here, and you can either go on an inside track like this, or you can go on a track like this. But this is too linear the way that it's built. Once I have all these asteroids built, it'll be easier for me just to move them around, flip them, and rearrange them, as opposed to starting the whole piece over. So that is what I am contending with right now, and we'll see if I'm right or not about that shifting around or not. I am now suddenly growing very concerned that I am completely delusional about how easy is it going to be for me to shift this map around when I'm done. But my gut is telling me to keep pressing forward with as it is. So I'm going to trust my gut and keep moving forward. It could just be that I need to... it could just be an issue of me rotating this block around inside of it, so it's facing this way instead. Anyway, my gut tells me to keep working on it, even though I know there's problems with it being too linear. The other solution is to drop the characters over here, so they have to find their way out this way, either going down this way along the difficult path, and I could close this off. I could actually close off this curve here to push them all the way over to here, and then have them come all the way back. I think that would be actually an easy fix. That actually is an easy fix. We're going to fix that easy. So that's how we're going to play. So my path is, again, clear. I had to watch that episode down below talking about how, so I could remember how to do these damn asteroids. So I figured it out, and now we're back on track. But yeah, there's light that's like all the light is facing whichever direction your ship is flying in. So if you're flying down this way, you have the lighting so that the asteroids are always facing your character. So they're always so the light is always on them. It's just it makes the map universal. Like you can churn it in any direction, and it's always facing up and down correctly. And since the light is constantly like as though it were emitting from your characters are literally the center of the attention. The spotlight is always on them. So I like the style of map and lighting that I've found, and I think I want to keep it. So I like having that language perpetuated here on this map as well as the other one. There's a little splash of light coming through here because of that crack. I like that. And I've got the same brushes with the same opacity and pressures and colors that I had from the Omama map, because I've got I tore a snap of it off of the Omama map here so I can color reference this whenever I want. And then I went back to that episode down below, and in like the first 15 minutes I walked through how to do the texturing and the lighting effects for these asteroids. So I caught myself back up to speed, and now I can continue on with the same language for like the same visual language as I had for that other asteroid map, so it remains consistent, which is important to me. So pretty happy about this. And there's more light that's kissing through here. That, not a lot of light, just some happy little rays of starlight. Happy little rock floating amongst his friends. It's nice to have people that you can lean on. These things are super fun to do. It's just fun tapping at them and just knocking some shape and grit onto them, giving them an old, ancient, traveled look. And they've all just kind of clustered up here together just to be friends. One of the fun conditions of here, my foot fell asleep, so I need to get my foot out from underneath. Oh, out from underneath my butt. There we go. I think my lighting is off. Hold on. I gotta fix my lighting a bit. That should. Not that you guys can tell at all, but wrong foot. There we go. All right, we're back on. Yeah, much better lighting now. Back on task. Right. So where were we at? So okay, great. So here's an example of that. I can highlight the background image, and then I can delete, and it gets rid of all the chaff that was splootering off into the sky. That wasn't part of the actual frame of the rock. So there. These things are fun. Lots of fun to do these. Let's see. I've been working around this cluster. I think I'm going to break away from that. I'm going to dive in over here. Like this. Just dumping some texture in back here. It's a little bit of visual chop language. Using an 80% opacity, an 80% strength pixel brush with the chisel that we use for a lot of our tools. Here it is zoomed in. It's a hard edge. I'm using the Z-axis brush rotation function That lets me move the brush around, so I can chisel and add in. Like I can use the brush like that to brush, and then I can also use it for the smudge tool at 80% capacity with the hard edges that it has. It just kind of cuts into whatever ink splotches you have here. So if you just drop a little smudge of color onto the background, and then you can just literally just chisel at it until it has the pock marks and the kind of damage fatigue, battle fatigue that you want the rock to show. So, and I can just push that around with the 80% opacity. It makes it real easy for me to push this ink around the page. So just chop it up a little bit, and then we go back down here. We highlight the frame, we delete off the extra, and then bam, see? It's pretty good. It's got low lighting, it sits into the background, fades into the back. I'm gonna actually push this down because I don't like that lighting there. Push down. Nice. Again. And then I'll be here. Like that. There we go. One rock down. Let's keep running around the edge of that maze. So we're just gonna do over here, and then we'll just work our way around the perimeter for now. I was actually I almost did Eberron cemetery map tonight because God, I'm loving that water. I am just chomping at the bit to do more of that water production that we had started this morning on the morning stream. You can check out the Eberron playlist to check that out. But that was fun. That was a very fun process to discover how to make that drainage system work for the water to flow into an area where it can't leave. That vortex was super cool to find. So I am anxious to dive back into that space and continue. I'm going to actually get rid of I don't think this grid is doing me any favors right now, so I'm just going to chop it out. There we go. I got better eyes on what I'm actually doing here now. But goddamn, I am excited about that Eberron map. That water is so fun to do. I am just as much looking forward to like getting it done so I can get into the underground lab and build that water down there as well. It's gonna be super fun. But I need to get this map done as well. So I needed to invest some time on this one. We finished up the Zaraxis encounter revisions for the Spelljammer Combat Exploration book that we're building this map for. So I'm really pleased with the conversion that we have during the. So I hand the book off to Adam for him to edit. He starts editing stuff. I go back through and I approve the edits that he makes in the Google document that we're working through, and then as we go through that process, I'm like, I have to read everything with the revisions to make sure that the mechanical flavor is still intact after he revises the text to be proper natural language code. So and sometimes I end up finding it's like actually the intention of the mechanics are lost because of how the language changes, so I have to make changes to it. And then sometimes I discover that, oh wait, I did not explain this particular mechanic enough, and that's where that problem came from. So you have to revise the mechanic and add or change what that is. So I'm almost done with edit approvals, but unfortunately we have a couple additional changes that I had to make because I didn't explain things well in the first place, and so kind of bogging Adam down a little bit, and I feel bad about that. So once I finish my stream on this, I'm going to make myself some herbal tea and start settling in to get some sleep and just knock down some edits real quick before the night comes, and then I'll work on that tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday as well, and I should have those revisions all resolved by Thursday, and then I can really just have that handed off to Adam for him to finish up. And oops, that is the wrong button, my friend. Hopefully we'll have everything sorted out and it all makes sense, and I can then get it. That's not the button I wanted. I can then get it from Andy. Sorry, Adam. I'll go back like that. delete. And then start on page layouts. Oh my God, that's going to be exciting. That's what I've been trying to say. Once we get this thing, once we get those edits done, we get to come back into here. We can start dropping this thing into page layouts, and then we get to see how the maps sit, and we can see what kind of space we can open up between different topics of conversation to add in little diagrams and pictures and stuff, so that people can get a better visual narrative of what we expect these, this aggressive melee combat ship style stuff to be like. And it's exciting. I really hope that people enjoy liking it, because I think it's fun as hell. As a DM, it's really fun to be able to put these scenarios together and have the team tackle significantly larger threats than what's assumed that you'd be taking on in Lattice or Axis, and for you to be able to come out the other end of it crushing stuff is like, what else? Let's dive into astral space and just go wreck face. Like, that's what I want people to say at the end of a campaign. They should be saying, what can we go break? So, God damn it, that was the wrong layer. I'm having apparently some issues here. Yeah, I'm having issues. All right, we're going to do like this. Weird. Okay, we're going to do like this. And we're going to select inverse. Yeah, Phil's making mistakes. Phil's talking shop too much and isn't pushing enough pixels. Schmelp. Try all that crap again, shall we? Thank you. I knew there was something pleasant inside here. That's how we do. All right, now we're back on track, guys. But yeah, I'm excited about that, man. We are making progress on these books. It's when you're in the thick of it, it gets rough, man. You're like, when there's nothing but weeds around you, you're like, shit, how can I touch base on something here? And sometimes you just can't. It's just like, this is going to be your grind for a while, man. I'm sorry. It's like, it can be tough. I'm going to have more texture pushing back into there. That feels right. You can get real depressed, and that's when imposter syndrome starts to creep in, because the project's so heavy and there's so many assets that you're producing that it's like, how am I ever going to get this done? And then once you break through onto something and you feel proud about a result, you guys like, I can do this. And you're right, you can. It's just, you got to constantly remind yourself that you're bigger than the project, and the reason why it dwells inside of you is because you're big enough to make it grow. So the bigger project you're inspired to work on, that you don't have to accept the challenge, but it's exciting when you do, to be able to rise up to the level of the task once you realize how much of a task it is. Like, this is going to be a 125-page book. After all the illustrations and diagrams and charts and font sizing and all the doobly-doo, it's going to be 125 pages of crunch. Just hard crunch mechanics. How far away can you see things? How far can you move? How fast can you slow down with momentum? Tell me about gravity amongst different sized structures. How many hit points does this 8,000 mile planet have? And can the Death Star destroy it in one shot? Yes, it can. All these sort of things, like it takes time to, and like movement and opportunity attacks and scaling movement as you accelerate and speed. All these things are like really technical concepts that we're boiling down into very simple 5e mechanics, and it was a hell of a journey to build it out in the first place. It was a challenge to be able to like walk through comparison of like how do you redesign the 5e dungeon combat system to operate with vehicles that are 200, 400 some odd feet long, and have it all make the same sense. Like there's a lot of mechanical stuff that you got to dive into to make that stuff work, but that's kind of what I'm really good at. So unfortunately, it's just it's a system with a bunch of douchebag owners right now. So, but the game itself is still good, even though the person that owns it is an asshole. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I've been converting the adventures that WotC put out to say, you know, here's how you can run Dragonlance with if you actually control an army. Here's how you control an army. First of all, here's how to control an army in 5e. And now that we have an army that we can control, let's take an adventure where controlling an army makes sense, which of course is Dragonlance. So we have the honor and privilege, once the Spelljammer book is published, to start tearing apart Descent into Avernus. We initially playtested with Descent into Avernus. I will get to Descent into Avernus, but probably not until 2024. No, for now we're going to work on Dragonlance, and not only the book but also the board game. As we can make the board game work in 5e if you have a sufficient mass combat system that allows you to do that, and ours is robust enough to be able to actually do it, and it still feels like you're playing 5e. God, I pontificate about that a lot on almost any of my streams. You can hear me talking about how freaking awesome Dragonlance is going to be to convert into our command combat system. It's just so freaking cool. I am so looking forward to it, my friends. And we'll play test that stuff, and folks can hang out, and it'll be cool, man. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be freaking fun. So keep an eye out for that. That's at the other end of the Spelljammer book. You'll see the mass combat armies, squads and armies. And then you'll also see the Martial Powers book in development. So those will be the two projects that I'm working on after these are done. And God, that's going to be awesome. And I got more Eberron adventures planned ahead. Eberron stuff's got to stay on the DMsGuild pretty much, because it's their IP and stuff. Until I build enough of an audience that they're willing to pay me through Patreon just to build stuff every month. But that tends to, I think I might be a little bit too scattergun to be able to build a really strong Patreon group. I'm honestly not sure. We'll see. My tribe will grow. That's probably sufficient. The further back in the dark they are, the less details I have to worry about, because there's less color layering that I need to concern with, so I can get away with smaller works like this. Just like that. Icht. this way. This is very relaxing to do these things. More like that. Uh-oh, wrong layer. So excited about these projects. I hope I don't die anytime soon. I want to see all this stuff get completed. Absolutely just motivates me into another day. Just let me get this content built. Let me build. Let me build. I just want to build. All I want to do is just want to build kick-ass products. Ah, there I am. Erase along those edges there. It's going to lighten it up a little bit underneath because the underlaying color is much brighter, or a much higher value than the shading. So I've been adding shading, and then I can remove. That's why I can do. That's why I can smudge like that and get a light effect underneath it, because I'm smudging the paint out of the way. And again, we have the base shadow underneath it. So even like that, looks pretty good. Like I could do something like, in the end, I could end up doing something like dropping the opacity on this down, this middle color down to like 50% or something, and have it look a lot more dour. Like this highlight, but the highlights that I put on this one like pop a lot, a little bit too much. So like I could have it like maybe at 75% there, and it'll probably look pretty good. Yeah, there's the other rock I worked on. Looks pretty good. Hit there, and then I could. Nah, I think I'll leave that. Yeah, we'll put it at 85. Let's just. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good. Let's check out let's hit save real quick before something stupid happens. Come down here. Fix that. Tap. Erase. Pop. There we go. No, yep, this is all looking pretty good on this outer rim here. Again, we're just doing the rim lighting right now, the rim lighting. But man, it looks good. I am freaking pleased. It's good texturing. I missed my calling in the 90s when they started hiring people for doing texture rendering by hand onto 3D models. There was an opportunity there that I was 20 years too late to take advantage of. Looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, if I had developed that skill, I would have made a fucking killing at Wizards at Blizzard at that time. Alas, earwax. Most of the times I can't see the trends until they've already happened. Sometimes I'm lucky to see them before they happen. And sometimes I'm actually able to take advantage and do something about the trends that I see while they're happening. Before they happen. Bob's your uncle. There's where little bits that stick together like that. They crop up occasionally. All right. What's the next? What do you want to go? Back line. Okay. I skipped it last time because I was afraid of it, but I feel pretty cocky now. Cool. Yeah, let's just keep hacking at this one. What? The deuce has been going on with you guys? Is it meow? Is it meow? There we go, Beppo. That just must have been me coming through being stupid. Oh, right. Merv, no. Merv, don't do it, no. There we go. Oof. Shoppy. There we go. 80, 100, back on track. Love this kind of work. God, it's fun. It's just I just love pushing pixels around and making organic shapes out of stuff. It's just so satisfying. Bah! That 10% eraser. Just chopping out pieces of the rock, just roughs it up. Isn't that cool? You gotta make sure you don't overdo it, but this chisel is really, really good at doing that kind of texture. That's why I built it. I can add with it too by taking my brush down to 10% and just tapping color onto that surface. That works as well. Water time. Thank you. Is there a path to light for that? Oh my god, there is. Wow. All right, get lit. I hear you, timely timer. Keep on timing. Thank you. Good. Still going. What is it? 8:30. Man, we got an hour. Nice. All right, back to work, kid. Enough glory for you. This shit's sick. Bam. We'll get that guy on the second stream. Alright. Beep, beep, beep. Up that size of the brush to get to a larger area, larger rock equals larger brush. Nice. Look at that. Just out of nowhere. I love this stuff. God, that's so cool. So fun. Marrow. So when we actually have this encounter built, I'm going to do little tutorials on like how to run the adventure. So like we have all the assets, like all the ship assets painted in these maps are completed, and it's all laid out in the book, and it's organized so you can read along with me on it with at DMsGuild, and just walk you through how to run these encounters the way that we envisioned them, so that it's easy for you guys to kind of get on board with where we're trying to take this thing, and so you can get it. There's only like 5 encounters, I think. There's the Dark Star is the initial star moth that you encounter. Dark Star! And then there's the Nyogi ambush map, which we're working on right now. And then there is the aesthetic chase with the Rieger attack on the second wind in the middle of no place. That's 3. And then we got the shark hunt at Topola's Tower. That's 4. And then there's the Mutiny of the Last Breath. That's 5. And then oh wow, yeah, that's and then 6, the assault on the Citadel. There's only 6 ship-related combat things that happen in the adventure. That's not horrible, considering it's only a 3-level adventure. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 4-level adventure, and no, you're 8. Yeah, you start at 5th, then 6th, and then 7th. Yeah, you gain 3 levels. It's a 4-level. You start at 5th, you end at 8. 5, your 5th, and then your 6th, and your 7th. Oh yeah, 8th is the last chapter. So you gain, and then when that chapter ends, your 9th level. So you gain 4 levels over the course of the adventure, and there's 6 combats in there, and that's not horrible. So I can't really complain about that. There's a lot of room open for more design work and for us to create different types of encounters. And kind of looking forward to building that stuff, honestly. One thing at a time. Na. That rock up a bit. Just like that. Reset that bit a little bit to chop it up a bit, blend in that surface a little bit more. And then as a separate layer, we can come through and do the highlights. go. Chip chop chiree chiroo chirom. Bah! Let's try that again. This time, no weirdness. I said no weirdness. Thank you. No weirdness afoot, my friends. You do not know what you were trying to do. All your bays are not belong to us. Oh yeah. Swing out of this shit now, folks. Belly button rock. For those that know, it was a dark time. Doesn't that look great? Oh my god. Got a texturing just pops out like magic. I love it. Like I talk about not like don't bother getting brushes until you know how to use the brushes, so you know exactly what it is that you need. This is the kind of crap that I need for me to be able to kind of do the texturing that I want. But I didn't know I needed this kind of texturing until I found out that the round brushes and the square brushes that they just provide for Photoshop are insufficient at doing this kind of texturing. That's when I had to set off and start building the shape. Like you can pick. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but my recommendation to those that want to really take mastery of their digital art is you can take hints and see how other artists produce and like what their principle, what's their guiding principle behind the kind of brush that they build. But you really, for yourself, you really need to figure out what kind of a brush do you need for yourself, and then figure out how to build it. If you're already figuring out how to paint things with the brushes that have been provided to you, it would behoove you to learn how to build brushes to produce the paintings that you like. No pressure. Go buy as many brushes as you want, but you can never really tell if what you're buying is what you actually need until you can properly analyze what is it that's missing in the brushes that I really need right now. And honestly, if you can isolate what's missing, it's easier for you just to build the brush by drawing it in 10 seconds than for you to hunt for a brush that's going to make your life so much easier. It's like your life got easier when you learned enough about painting that you could say, I need this kind of a brush, and then you build it. So anyway, rant is over, but I think that's a good one. Boo, 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 doo, boo, doo. Now. Alright, that one. Looking good, kiddo. Oh, yeah, I need my 100% eraser. Derp. Derp. Murph. Better. Much better. There we go. That fixes the entire internet. There. Burp, burp, burp. I've got 40 minutes, so I got I got two more pings, and then I'm done. Keeping my ear out. Oh, I like this song. Smooth jazz. K-Y-O-T. The Coyote. My time is off a little bit. Bring it down. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, crap. God, that's so good. So good. That's probably good. Grr. Sea ships getting maybe like this close, maybe. That's sufficient. Oh, yeah, there's a barrier. Yes. No. Yes. So far, so good. So what? Very good, very good, very good. Very, 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 very good. Still in that song we were just listening to, huh? Slur on, Captain Fabulous. What's up with you, Slurryton? Just a mess. square. There we go. Oh man, something just kicked through me. I don't know what it is, but something came through. Time to integrate that shit. Who is new? Who is new? You are welcome here. You are welcome here. There we go. Cool. What's next? Oh yeah. Volume speaks words. Huh. I agree. A, E, 10, B, 100, R, go. Something is working its way out of my body. I have no idea what it is. It is boisterous. It is a boisterous energy. Not something I'm used to. Interesting. Much pride. Much. Very beating my chest sort of energy. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what this music is. It's very epic, though. Bring it on back. Oh, yeah. Epic. Next, you can go there, bit of there. Do that. There's a presence that has entered the world. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? It has strength. There. One button. This one. That's backline. It counts. Nice. Okay, fine. I'll do this one. It's calling to me. It says, work on me. I'm like, okay, I will. Man, this is looking good. This stuff is so fun to do. I love it. It's just cool. No direct lighting over there, but I can still pinch at it a little bit. Just like a little smidge. Oh my God, whatever this is inside of me, it is just exploding. I don't know if anyone else is catching that, but God. There's a fierceness going on here. O'clock. I still got 20 some odd minutes on the pipe. God, this big dog energy is huge. Thank you. I'm on my last 20-minute burst, so enjoy me while you got me. It is. It's 9 o'clock now. We'll be back in. We'll be back in 9 hours, working on the Eberron cemetery map on the water, the pools of water that we were figuring out this morning. We're gonna dive, deeper into that content. Save button because my gut tells me to. Yeah, some sort of something just cleared out of me. There's a difference in my neck. I think I just had an incredible pop. Hold on, I gotta be right back. There's something picking at my brain. I need to find out what it is. There it is. minus 7 equals 15. 15. That doesn't make any sense. Welcome back. 122, when is that? That doesn't make any sense. I need to call in. Well, I haven't gotten, I got something coming up with my teeth. And I was like, when is that? And my brain said it's the 21st. It's sometime soon, so I checked on it. It says the 22nd. 22nd is a Sunday. I know that they don't do Sunday runs. So I know that's wrong. So I'm going to have to touch base with them. I hope it wasn't supposed to be tomorrow. No, they haven't pinged me. I don't know. Anyway, my brain's futzing. Don't mind me. Apparently I'm just going crazy. Shaft of light. Goal for now is just to hit all the rocks and get to some basic texture down. And then we're going to come back through and we're going to do a highlight layer along the outer rim for the ones that are like up front. Like these will have rim lighting. Where's an example? I had an example of it. Right there, rim lighting, like bright lighting like that. Like only at the tips of these things, only the closest point to where ships would be coming by. Like back here they don't get it, but like here would have it, but like not back in here. Sharp lighting that really pulls it forward to where your vehicle's at. That's going to be that'll be the next layer that I come through after this. But all these rocks are pretty good. Pretty good to go, so it doesn't take that long. Obviously I got a lot to go, but you'll be surprised how quickly we can kick through these things once we start get going. So we've just started. We'll wreck through this shit. It'll look really, really good. So let's see where our oops. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Barely gets you there. Yeah, that feels right. So let's pick at that. Ah! My fingers are getting twitchy. I must be getting tired. Tired. Kanye hillbilly. My Missouri's picking. My Missouri's sticking out. $9.12. We got another couple of rocks in this. Cool. All right. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Eep, op, orp, and that means I love you. That's a fancy rock. I like it. What's next on my Charp and Blork? Chorp, chorp. Working the system, I guess. Keep it working. Lots Lots of rocks to do. Where am I at with my grid? Beep, 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 meow, beep, 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 beep. Whoa. Whoa. Hey there, doggy. There we go. Okay, good enough. That zone is really neat. No, there's nothing else. That's it. All right. There. Oof, 2 minutes left. 9:20. Yeah, we're about to exit. Terminator exit. Oh, hey, how about that? Big dog. Our alarm pop here in a moment. A minute, actually. 56 seconds. 44%. Nice. I hear you, timely timer. Huh? Oh. How about you stop now? Thanks, son. No. Don't need to hear myself. Thanks. Really don't need to hear myself. Thanks. Thank you. Jeez. There we go. All right, cool. So that's my run for the day. Set your pins down. Press enter. Save. We got close to completing that circuit. This is our widest circuit too. So if we got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20. Oops, skip that one. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Got 44 done today. So that was 44 in 2 hours, which means we're doing about 21 per hour, which means we're on average finishing a rock every 3 minutes during stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we can finish that circuit in an hour. We can complete this circuit in an hour. We can finish this block in an hour. We can finish all of this in 4 hours, which probably means that we can finish the rest of this in 2 or 3 hours, which means we have about 8 hours left on this particular structure. And then we got to highlight it, which will take another 4 hours. So we're probably looking at 12 to 15 hours total left on this particular piece. And that's okay, because it's freaking fun to run. Yeah, I think blocking this off over here. Blocking there. I could probably close this off with an extra rock. Maybe an extra rock there. All right, well, hey, that's it for the day, guys. We're gonna keep at this until it's done. We'll make it all pretty like we have over here. Same type of mapping that we're doing, same end result we're hoping for. So you can see it over here with these guys. So it's it'll end up being the same. It'll be worth it when it's done. It's a nice little piece. And maybe just All right. Boy, oh boy. I really want to mess with this map a little bit. All right, we'll have fun with it. Hey, that's all we got for now. I will be back in 8.5 hours, so we'll continue our Eberron map in the morning, and see you guys then. Thanks a lot for being here. Like, subscribe, share, checking out on Twitter, blah-de-blah.